Mississippi judge has done the unthinkable, releasing two men who attempted to murder, that's my opinion, a FedEx driver. Put him up full mass. This is an update. We brought you this story when it first happened. A judge has dismissed charges for men who shot at a FedEx driver. Mississippi judge decided to dismiss against white father, white son, who chased and shot at a black FedEx worker as he worked. He simply delivered packages. A former FedEx delivery driver, he was denied justice a third time Monday after a Mississippi judge decided to completely dismiss the case against the white father and son who allegedly shot at him in 2022. Brandon Case and his father, Gregory Charles Case, originally went to trial in 2023. They were charged with first-degree attempted murder, conspiracy, and shooting into a vehicle. Put them up again. They were charged with first-degree attempted murder, conspiracy, meaning they both agreed to do this and had a meeting of the minds to commit the crime, and shooting into a vehicle, which is easily proven. Prosecutors allege they both collaborated to harm Mr. D'Monterrio Gibson, who was black, by chasing and shooting at his vehicle until he was out of their community in Brookhaven. Gibson was simply delivering packages. He had an unmarked vehicle, but that was allowed. He was not hit by a bullet, but multiple shots landed inside the van. He was driving. He could have been killed, thus the attempted murder charge. He was in uniform at the time. A mistrial was declared, ladies and gentlemen, in the same month the trial began. After it was discovered, the lead detective in the investigation hid evidence and lied about some guns found in one of the case men's homes and casings near the man's property. Now, I want to say this. A lot of people, they were upset at the prosecutor for the mistrial. The reality is the detective effed up so bad that if the prosecutor would have actually got a verdict of guilty, it would have been overturned on appeal given what the detective had done. It was material and could bias the jury. A federal lawsuit filed by Gibson against the cases and FedEx was also dismissed August 2023. After a judge ruled the plaintiff lacked, quote, viable claim against FedEx for which the court would have original jurisdiction. He noted he found the actions by the cases deplorable. FedEx, which Gibson says forced him to return to the same route where he was attacked, fired him after he claimed he could not fulfill his duties due to emotional distress. Okay. Yeah, you're a black male. You just have to go back to work tomorrow and get shot at again. Perhaps. There's more. So the judge dismissed the case with prejudice, meaning the case cannot be referred to another court again. It's a whole play here. Prosecutors in the county could still appeal to a higher court. Hopefully they do. Now, criminal charges remain, all right, against the cases until the judge's ruling Monday, which was supposed to mark the first day of a retrial. The defense argued their clients had been deprived of a speedy trial as well as being denied due process. So Judge David Strong agreed in his ruling Monday. Strong cited the shoddy work by the lead investigator, Vincent Fernando, whose intentional withholding of evidence resulted in egregious discovery violations by the state. Now, the judge is playing a game here, and he's playing a game of find whatever the hell he can find in order to let these individuals go. Because he's citing speedy trial as the constitutional basis for dismissing But he also cited the lead investigator as the reason it is delayed. The point is that lead investigator created a legal remedy called a mistrial. Once that legal remedy was afforded to the defendant, his right to a speedy trial is still intact, but the timeline starts over. The judge did dismiss with prejudice a second $5 million civil lawsuit against the cases, and FedEx remains. It alleges civil assault and battery, negligent intentional infliction of emotional distress, general gross negligence, negligent entrustment of a motor vehicle, and vicarious liability. The company gave Gibson 2 weeks off without pay, okay? It's not like he's a cop who killed an unarmed individual. He was simply shot at. And paid for 8 therapy sessions following the 2022 shooting. FedEx reinstated 1/3 of his pay after pushback from the audience. We will bring you updates as the story develops.